Hey guys, thanks for coming back for another episode of Damien Ruins Horror Movies. My name is Damien. This episode is brought to you by Cool Dude Inc. Go down to the description below, click the link, and go make yourself look good. Also, stick around till the end of this episode for the Badass Award and Survival Tips. But first, let's cue up the Whiskey Bats, who you can listen to on Spotify, iTunes, and there's a link below for their YouTube channels. So let's go! Tonight's movie is Don't F*** in the Woods. And it's New Year's, so my resolution is in these videos, I'm not going to use bad words anymore. Like, for the most part. But I will shy away from George Carlin's 7 words. Fuck, shit, piss, cunt, cocksucker, motherfucker, tits. There'll be a few cocks in this episode. This film was directed by Sean Burkett. Same director as the original. And it opens up with the cock-blocking creature from the original chasing down some other girl that gets her and impregnates her. And right out of the gate, we get some boobies!
What if a cock-blocking creature rapes you in the woods as a way to punish you for having sex?
How's that for an abortion argument? After the opening credits, we see Jane, the final girl from the original. She's making her way over to Pine Hill Summer Camp, where we meet Gil, the handyman who has 1 week to get the camp up and running before the kids come. But the counselors should be there within the hour. When the counselors arrive, I'm not really sure how old they're supposed to be. But for some reason, even though they kind of look like, I don't know, early 20s, late teens, all the girls seem to have a thing for Gil, the handyman, who's kind of this white trash hillbilly Jerry Springer show reject looking guy who's easily twice their age. They're acting like he's Chris Hemsworth. Next we have a couple of lesbians making out on a table, and we get some more boobies! Sex is the only reason why people go out in the woods?
Because it's a proven fact that once people get away from the fuss of civilization, they let their primal side come out.
The sheriff stops by to harass Gil and to let us, the viewers, know that Gil is a convict, or ex-convict. And the sheriff treats him like he's some kind of sex offender. But we later find out that he was stripping cars with his friend. He was trying to help his friend out because his friend owed $500,000 to somebody. But when they got busted, his friend just rolled over and snitched on him. Gil's not the bad guy. His friend's a piece of crap. Night falls and they all sit around the campfire drinking beer, and Will and Courtney sneak off to a tent to go be alone. Why would they go to a tent? It's a campsite for kids. It's got cabins, it's got bunk beds. They're off in a tent somewhere. And next, Tasha and Mason sneak off to the showers to have sex. And Miley walks in and sees them. They don't see her though. Miley's got a little thing for Mason. And back at the fire, Gil's got a little thing for the nurse. And they're alone at the campfire. She knows Gil's boss, and he seems to know a lot about her. And while they're alone, he tries to psychoanalyze her and figure out. She tells him that she was dating her boss, but she didn't realize when she got together with him that her boss was married. And so she's kind of left that life, and that's why she's at the camp. Even though he was naming off all the stuff she did, he didn't name anything about being a nurse. Suddenly she just transferred into a nurse position. Back at the tent with Will and Courtney, we get some more boobies! They're starting to get it on, but she has to go outside and pee. And when she's outside peeing, one of those cock-blocking slugs just slithers up in her, and for as low budget as this is, when that thing, it's pretty graphic when they show that thing go up in her. And it's just cringy. It's like, it's bad enough it goes in her, but the way that she like shakes it off, she's like, and you're just like, you can feel it. It's gross. Morning comes and everybody's still alive. Outside there's a scream, and when they go outside, they meet Jane. And Jane tries to warn them about the cock-blocking trouble that they're in. And just then, the nurse comes up with a sedative and puts her out. Charlie's out walking around, and he gets raped by Courtney. I don't know if you can really call it rape, though, because he's totally into it. Which is weird because it's broad daylight. She's covered in blood and mud, and it's like doesn't trigger any red flags or anything for him. He's just into it. He's like, all right, I'm getting some.
All right, get you some.
And she kills him, seemingly. Then we have a tender moment between Miley and Mason. Her ankle hurts, but what she'd really rather have is a back massage, and we get some more boobage. But Mason likes Tasha. Then he tells her, he's like, hey, you know, I'm flattered, but, you know, I'm a bad boy. You don't want to be with me. I go for girls like Tasha. And he doesn't give in. Good for him. And somehow it's nighttime already, and she storms off from the rejection of Mason, heads back to the shower, which is funny because it's not even been 24 hours yet since she caught him and Tasha the night before. And she's all heartbroken, but it's like, dude, you already know what he's into, and it ain't you. But Charlie's not dead. Him and Courtney are out lurking around. They're both kind of like, they're not themselves. They're not zombies either. And inside one of the cabins, Jane comes back too. And she starts talking to the nurse and trying to explain once again what is going on and warn them of the danger that they're in. She explains to the nurse, Gil, Tasha, and Courtney that all of her friends that she came out here camping with are now dead and that they need to get out of here right away. And while she's explaining that, Charlie takes out Miley in the bathroom. They want to get in the vehicles and take off, but they don't know that some people are dead or have slugs in them. I don't know what you call these people that are affected or infected by these cock-blocking slug creature things. But they got to find one of the cars. They got to find a vehicle and get out of there. But they don't want to leave anybody behind because that's just selfish. Jane goes into the bathroom or the shower room, whatever it is, and starts washing up, and we get a little more boobage. And in one of the rooms, Nurse finds Will, except he's not Will anymore, and he starts trying to attack them. But Gil comes in for the rescue, and he kills Will with scissors to the head. And Tasha comes in. At this point, between Nurse and Jane, we have surmised Jane and her friends killed the cock-blocking creature in the original, and now all the little slugs, they're remnants of the original creature or creatures, and they need to find a host so that they can live inside the host. Ironically, they spread by having sex. It's a thing that in the first movie they were trying to keep people from doing. But they're too weak as little slugs to do any real damage, to actually kill people. So they gotta invade their bodies, get a host, and then they'll get the strength to be the full-blown creature again. Where these creatures come from, I don't know. The first film didn't tell us. This one doesn't either, and that's fine. Then the sheriff comes back to check up on Gil. He goes into Gil's cabin, and Gil catches him, planting evidence on him so he can take him in. For some reason, the sheriff totally has it out for Will, even though he should know that Will's kind of innocent. I mean, yeah, what he was doing was wrong, but it's not like he was the mastermind. It's not like he's continuing to do it. He's not a bad guy. He's trying to get his life back together. He served 5 years. Leave the guy alone. And as he tries to take Gil into custody, Nurse and Tasha come to the rescue. Zombie Courtney shows up and she kills Nurse. And then she kills the sheriff, inadvertently saving Gil. And Jane kills Courtney. And now we're down to Gil, Jane, and Tasha, although Mason's creeping around somewhere. Gil takes quite an ass whooping in this film, and then he takes a bite from Miley before killing her. He doesn't seem too heartbroken over the death of Nurse, but maybe that's because he thinks Jane's hot and he's got a shot. You know, doesn't know she's a lesbian. Oh! But now he and Jane have to go save Tasha. And they find the cock-blocking cave where Courtney, who's still alive, evidently, has taken Tasha. It's the cave. I don't know, it's not a cave that was in the original, but it's a cave where all Jane's friends from the original, their bodies have been taken, and their corpses decorate the place along with weird creature slugs. I don't understand why there's so many slugs. There's like enough slugs that you think that they could all get together and make one big, like, devastator. But instead, like, I don't know, does each one of those need a host? Because I swear there was only one monster in the first movie. Jane looks over and sees her girlfriend, Alex, who's dead. She died. It's her girlfriend from the original. And now Jane wants revenge. and Gil kills Courtney. But now they're getting attacked by all these slugs, and in a really cheesy fight-off scene, they take out all the slugs, saving Tasha, but it's too late. Tasha's already infected, and Gil had found some dynamite. They light the dynamite, and they run out of the cave as it explodes, killing Tasha. All that trouble for nothing. But Jane and Gil are okay, and he picks her up and carries her off. But elsewhere, we see one of the lesbians from earlier in the movie has been infected, and she has hatched another cock-blocking creature, setting up a trilogy. And now these movies are starting to feel like the Feast franchise. The end. The Badass Award goes to Gil. He kind of saves the day while getting his ass whooped every step of the way, but that was like the most realistic part of this film. An unattractive hero that can't fight. What did we learn?
Survival tales.
Don't fuck in the woods. That's pretty much it. If you like this video, there are more to come, so hit like and subscribe and share. Turn on your notifications, because my schedule is, I don't know, crazy. I drop them when I can. I'll see you guys next time.